Hi there, I'm Rosa Wallace Everson. I'm a PhD candidate in astronomy and astrophysics at UC Santa Cruz, working with Enrico Ramirez Ruiz, and I use 3D hydrodynamical simulations together with pen and paper theory to understand how interacting binary stars become merging pairs of neutron stars and black holes, which experiments like LIGO detect through gravitational waves. The formation channel I study is called common envelope, or CE. So what is CE? Basically, anytime we have a binary in which a star reaches the end of its life and expands enough to engulf its partner, the partner plunges through the star until we eventually eject the envelope or merge with the core. A very simple energy formalism that's been used for decades compares the energy given up by the orbit, delta E orb, and the binding energy of the envelope, E grav, using an efficiency term alpha, and it gives us a rough sense of which outcome we should get. Or does it? Not only does it ignore any physics beyond 1D, it treats energy deposition as an instantaneous process that only happens right at the partner's location. The energy formalism works well on many CE binaries, but when you start applying it to systems such as those that end up as neutron stars and black holes, it looks as though they would never form. Here we have the binding energy for an 80 solar mass star in green, which sits below the two examples for the energy given up by a black hole during CE. And that means there's more than enough energy to eject the envelope every step of the way and keep a nice wide separation. But many of the mergers detected by LIGO are consistent with this type of progenitor. So how could this system get close enough to ever merge? After years of using 3D hydro to study gas dynamics, I've decided the old energy formalism needs some adjustments. Due to shocks, the partner actually deposits energy deep into the star. In the CE drag formalism I've helped develop, RA is an estimate for that reach. So let's apply that here and see what happens. When we account for the energy necessary to unbind this extra material, which is what we see in solid pink and purple, we find that in some regions, in-spiral is energetically permissible. But let's also deal with instantaneous energy deposition. Well, that just doesn't happen. It takes time for energy to be transported through the envelope so it can get out of the way. Here I calculated the timescale ratio of in-spiral and energy transport in the envelope. Using the old standard in pink, every envelope is so efficient, it would always eject as long as there's enough energy. But when I apply the drag formalism in blue, there's a region where even with too much energy, the transport isn't efficient enough to end the in-spiral. This is the key here. This is why these exotic binaries can get so close together. The envelope can't get out of the way. So the energy balance tells us when ejection is energetically possible, while the timescales tell us if the envelope can move out of the way fast enough to stop the in-spiral. There's still work to do here, but this is a promising path forward for understanding if field binaries are viable LIGO progenitors. Thanks so much for listening, and thank you to the ARCS Foundation for their support of myself and my research.